We spend a lot of time on this channel ripping on religion, for good reason, but there are a lot of things that churches actually do really well, and we could learn a lesson from that. Churches are good at outreach. Between mission trips and greeters at the front door of the church and having people preach to you on the streets, Christians know how to get their message across. I'm not saying it always works, but they have so many different ways to get their message out there, to get the gospel out there. I mean, I've heard this from some of you, but how many times, even when you were a kid in school, how many times did a Christian say, become your best friend, not because they really liked you, but because they really wanted you to come to church with them? I mean, it's a classic bait and switch, but it's all about getting the message of Christ out there. They're really good at it. Most atheists I know hate that. They don't want to do any of those things, and I totally understand that. You don't want to pressure someone into becoming an atheist. You just kind of want to give them the seeds and let them figure it out on their own. Let it happen organically. But at the same time, we got to realize, what message are we putting out there as atheists? How are we getting people to hear what we have to say? So we have to ask ourselves, how do we talk about religion with other people? Are we assholes about it? Because that might not work. If we have an event going on at our school, how are we advertising for it? Is it in a way that's going to draw people in and really be interested? Even if you make YouTube videos or you have a website or whatever it is you do to get out the message, are you doing it in a way that religious people will actually want to have a conversation with you? Or are they just going to say, that person's a jerk, I want nothing to do with it, and you never make that connection? At least let's talk about those questions. Those are things we should all be thinking about, because I promise you churches know how to do it really well. And even, some churches see someone on the street, they're not huge fans of that, but they have their own ways of getting through to their community, and it works. I'm not saying we should copy the church. Believe me, there are lots of things we don't want to do, just like them. But we also have the luxury of knowing what they do that we really hate, and we can avoid all that. We can learn a lot from Christian churches, from what they do well, about how to get our own message across. And maybe if we, followed some of these pastors, we could actually do ourselves a favor. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write at friendlyatheist.com. Please leave a comment below, and we will be sure to check it out.